Kindergarten, Miss Step here, and I am here to review with you a little bit today. You will need paper and pencil, and there will also be times during the video that you'll need to pause so that you can do some of the work. So be prepared if you know how to do that on your own or have an adult there with you to be able to pause the video so you can work. Okay, we're going to get started. We're going to do a word problem first. It says, Cain has 4 pencils. Grant gave him 4 more. How many pencils does Cain have now? I'm going to read that again. Cain has 4 pencils. Grant gave him 4 more. How many pencils does Cain have now? Go ahead and solve this any way you want to using any strategy. You can show 1 strategy, 2, 3, however many you want to, and also write an equation to match this. You can pause the video to work, and then whenever you're finished, unpause it and we will find out the answer. Okay, I'm going to read it one more time, and as I read it, I'm going to circle the numbers or important information that I need to know in order to solve this problem. Okay, let's read it again. Cain has 4 pencils. That 4 is very important. I need to know that. So I'm going to circle the 4, and I'm going to write it right here, 4. Cain has 4 pencils. Grant gave him 4 more. So there's the number 4 again, but this time they wrote the word. That is also important information that I need to know. So I'm going to write the number 4 right there. How many pencils does Cain have now? So now I have to decide, do I add or I subtract? Well, it says that Grant gave him. So if Grant gave him, he's going to be adding to the pencils that he already had. So I'm going to put the plus sign and then the equal sign. So we know that our equation that we're trying to solve is 4 plus 4 equals blank. All right, now you can solve this using any strategy that you want to. Let's see, I'm going to switch, use orange. Okay, so I'm going to show you the first strategy that you can use is a number line. All right, so if I draw a number line, I started with the number 4. And the reason I started with the number 4 and not the number 1 is because when it says Cain has 4 pencils, that's where we need to start. We don't really need to know numbers 1 through 3. If you want to write them, it's fine, but you don't have to. So there's 4, and then Grant gives him 4 more, so we're going to hop ahead 1, 2, 3, 4. And we land on 8. So 4 plus 4 equals 8. So that could be one way that you solve this is using a number line. Another way that you could use this would be, to solve this, would be to use a 10 frame. If you use a 10 frame, you would put 4 open circles in your 10 frame, and then you would add the 4 closed circles. And then if you count them all together, you have 8. All right, another way would be to use a number bond. With a number bond, these 2 circles represent the part, and then this is the whole. We don't know the whole yet. That's what we're trying to figure out. So we put the part that we know, 4, and then I always use dots to show counting on. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the whole is 8. Okay, you could also solve this drawing a picture of whatever you want to. If you wanted to use pencils, that's fine. But I always show the 2 parts by doing 1 part open and 1 part closed. So for the first part, since this is pencils, I'm going to draw rectangles. So here's 4 open rectangles. And then I'm going to draw 4 closed rectangles. And when I do that and I count them all up, I should have 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So with all of these different strategies, you need to make sure that you can see the parts and the whole. So here's my 2 parts, but when I look at them all together, that is the whole. Same thing with the 10 frame. Here's my first part with the open circles, and then my second part with the closed circles, and when I count them all up, it is the whole. Okay, for our next problem, you are going to write the correct answer to each problem. So you need to write these 4 equations on your paper. I'm going to read them to you twice, and then you'll need to pause the video to solve them. First problem, 7 plus 0. 7 plus 0. Second problem, 8 minus 1. 8 minus 1. Third problem, 5 plus 5. 5 plus 5. And fourth equation, 9 minus 2. 9 minus 2. Go ahead and pause the video and solve these 4 equations, and when you have your answers, come back. Okay, let's go ahead and solve these and make sure that you got them correct. 7 plus 0 is 7. We're not adding anything to what we already have. It stays the same. The second one, 8 minus 1, also equals 7. The third equation, 5 plus 5, equals 10. Fourth equation, 9 minus 2, equals 7. All right, so you should have 3 of your equations that equal 7, and the third one equals 10. All right, let's move on to the next one. All right, this next one, you can see there are a lot of words. So I'm going to read it 2 or 3 times so that you can really understand what it's asking of you. So you need to listen very closely to this. Here we go. Ezra, and as I'm reading this, picture this in your head as it's happening. Ezra has 9 marbles. He has a red box and a green box for his marbles. What are some ways he could arrange the marbles in his boxes? Draw a picture and write an equation to show at least 4 ways. Okay, I'm going to read that again, and I want you to continue to picture that in your mind. Ezra has 9 marbles. He has a red box and a green box for his marbles. What are some ways he could arrange the marbles in his boxes? Draw a picture and write an equation to show 4 ways. All right, so I have went ahead and I've drawn his boxes. It said that he has a red box and a green box to store his marbles, and it wants you to show different ways he could arrange his marbles in the boxes and then write an equation to match it. All right, so go ahead and pause the video and see if you can come up with at least 4 ways to show how Ezra could store his marbles in his boxes. Okay, let's see. There's actually a lot more than 4 ways that he could do this. I'm just going to show you 4 different ways. You could have some different ways shown that I do not have here. All right, one way that he could do is he could have 7 in one box. And if he has 7, then we need to count on to 9. So 7, 8, 9. So that would be 7 in one box, 2 in the other box, and 9 all together. So our equation would be 7 plus 2 equals 9. Okay, another way that he could store his marbles would be to have 5 in one box. Okay, and then we're going to count on to 9. So there's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So he would have 5 in one box and 4 in the other box and 9 all together. So our equation would be 5 plus 4 equals 9. Okay, the next way is if he had 6 in one box. Okay, and then we're going to count on to 9. So there's 6, 7, 8, 9. So 6 in one box, 3 in the other box, 9 all together. So the equation would be 6 plus 3 equals 9. You should be noticing a pattern that so far the whole every single time is 9 because there are 9 marbles all together. The parts are different, but the whole every single time should equal 9. Okay, and then the last one, he could have 8 in one box. It might be a little crowded in that box. And if we count on 8, 9. So 1 in the other box. So 8 plus 1 equals 9. Right, and parents, if you're watching, this is a very good equation to practice at home. Not equation, this is a very good strategy to practice at home, is how to separate a whole into different parts, showing multiple ways. So you could just change some of the words in the problem, or the whole, instead of 9, make it 10, and this would be great extra practice at home. All right, I have one more problem to do with you today, and then we'll be done. All right, this one says, Piper built cube towers by connecting 10 cubes together in each tower. Piper's cube towers are shown below. How many cubes did Piper use? Okay, so she has 4 cube towers. There are 10 cubes in each tower. So 10 cubes, 1 tower. It's wanting to know how many cubes Piper used. Okay, so go ahead and pause the video and write the answer that you think. Okay, now it could get a little tricky because it doesn't say how many towers did she build, because we can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4 towers, but it's asking how many cubes did she use. So when we look here, there are 10 cubes in each tower. So we're going to be counting by tens. We don't need to count each cube because we know that there are 10 here, and we know how to count by tens. So when we count together, there's 10, 20, 30, 40. So that means that Piper used 40 cubes to build her towers. All right, that is the end of our math lesson today. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.